back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So a couple of Indian comedians have had their shows cancelled over the last couple of days. The first dude yesterday, Manawar Fariki or some shit like that, he's a Muslim dude. This poor cunt, at the start of the year, he got arrested and thrown into jail for a month for a joke he never even said. Like, he had this joke and apparently all the Hindus were going fucking psycho about this joke, and he had a show somewhere and the police were contacted, there were threats of violence, all this sort of shit. And so he goes on stage and he doesn't even tell the joke in question, but they arrest him anyway and throw him in jail for a month. He's just some fucking kid. He looks like 25 or something. He's got a lot of followers though. He's got like 1 million followers, which in India really isn't that much. That's like 0.01% of the population. But it's still a lot of fucking people. So he got let out of jail eventually, and I think he's been out like 4 or 5 months. And the RSS, like the right-wing Hindu fucking dudes, are just chasing him around from fucking venue to venue and threatening him, threatening the venue, saying if these shows go ahead, we're going to fucking firebomb it. And that's a legit threat here. That isn't just fucking trash talk. They would legit firebomb the fucking venue. I think if my memory serves correct, it was for making fun of Rama or something like that. Rama fucking, who knows which one. There's like 1,000 of the fuckers. But yeah, the right-wing Hindus don't like the fucking Muslims very much. So it really doesn't matter what the fuck he says. They want to arrest him anyway. It's going to heat up here between the Muslims and the Hindus. Like, the right-wingers are going after the Muslims hardcore here. They arrested Shah Rukh Khan's son the other month, a couple of months ago. Shah Rukh Khan is the biggest actor in Bollywood, but they arrested his son and put him in jail for selling weed or something like that, 3 grams of weed. The cunt is worth probably $500 million. So they threw Shah Rukh Khan's son in fucking jail, and he didn't get out for like 4 or 5 weeks. And that is a concern for the Muslim people, because if Shah Rukh Khan can't get his fucking son out of jail for 5 fucking weeks, then what hope do the rest of the Muslims have? It's going to get pretty fucking tense here over the next few years. And Muslims are a minority here, but there's like 350 million Muslims here. That's not really like a minority. I'm a minority here. There's probably 12 of me here. If they killed me, it would technically be genocide. So that was the first guy who got cancelled. And the second guy is Kanu Kamra. I know who he is. He's a Bangalore comedian. He's big. I've never met him, but I know his shit. He's like a political, edgy dude. And when he's not speaking in Hindi and I can understand what the fuck he's saying, he's quite funny. He's good. So the same thing happened to him. He had to cancel 20 shows in Bangalore over the next 20 days. I think it's like fucking 4,000 or 5,000 tickets he had to refund. And he's Hindu. He's edgy though. He goes after the government pretty hard. And if you do that here, you really are under a threat of violence. Like, they might actually kill you, these fucking right-wing nuts. Not might actually. They will kill you. Like, if he turned up to his shows, I would say, unless he was surrounded by fucking police, he was going to get seriously fucking hurt. So the other dude had one show that got cancelled, 600 tickets. This guy had 20 shows over 20 days that I think he sold them all out because he's a big comedian here. He got death threats and cancelled because he was a bit edgy. And there's another show coming up that might get cancelled as well by an obnoxious, loudmouth Australian comedian. These guys are telling like 1 or 2 jokes and they're getting into shit. My whole entire show is like 98% shitting on India. The people, the culture, everything. That's what it is. If I was really going to name it honestly, I wouldn't be calling the show Stranded. I'd be calling it You Cunts Are Fucked. You Cunts Are Fucked by David Boyle. After the last show in the Himmies, I was hanging out with the comedian and a couple of the audience members, and the comedian said to me in front of the group, he's like, "You don't shit on India that much." And I'm like, what? Most of my set is shitting on India. And then one of the audience members chimed in and she's like, "Yeah, I wasn't liking that at all. I love my country." And I was like, "What part in particular annoyed you?" And she was like, "All of it." I'm like, all right, that gives me a little bit of wiggle room to work with. Thank you. So I wonder what will happen if my show gets any traction whatsoever and people come to it, like that particular type of person, that conservative right-wing fucking Hindu. They're not going to like it. They're not going to like it just for the fact I'm married to an Indian. That's how hardcore they are. I stole one of India's daughters from them. It would be interesting to get caught up in a little bit of controversy here. At least I can leave. These guys have to hang around. But it's a whole different ballgame being edgy here. You got to have some fucking nuts on you. Edgy isn't just making fun of autistic kids here, which is also in my show. That's the other 2%. 98% shitting on Indians and India. 2% autistics. Anyway, that will do tonight. I've fucking got a gig I need to get to. If you're enjoying the podcast, give it a share around with your friends, and I'll see ya the fuck later.